Whether it's one day or 17 years, to me, it's the same thing. It hurts.
Norfolk City Treasurer Anthony Burfoot becoming emotional today as he prepared to learn his sentence for corruption and perjury.
A federal judge sentencing Burfoot to 6 years in prison, and Burfoot is still insisting that he's innocent. And Marcella Robertson has been covering this trial from the very beginning. So what was it like in court today?
Yeah, well, definitely an emotional day. But the judge said that because Anthony Burfoot participated in a 6-year bribery scheme, that is what his sentence should reflect. And that is the amount of time he should serve in prison. Now, the judge called the prosecution's request for a 15-year sentence excessive and said that he hopes Burfoot will do something positive when he's released from prison.
But at the end of the day, I fought. All a man has is his name. And as a black man, that's all I have.
Anthony Burfoot still maintains his innocence. He walked into federal court Monday facing nearly 2 decades behind bars.
And in this country, I think every person should be entitled to a fair and impartial trial. And they should fight for what they believe in. And I fought for what I believe in.
Through tears, he told us this was the hardest thing he's ever had to deal with, but was ready for the judge's decision.
Whether it's one day or 17 years, to me, it's the same thing. It hurts.
A jury convicted Burfoot in December for selling his votes during his time as a city councilman. During sentencing, prosecutors once again painted Burfoot as a greedy, corrupt man. They called him cold, calculated, and deliberate, going as far as calling him an enemy of the city of Norfolk. They wanted him locked up for 15.5 years. Meanwhile, his attorney was asking for just 2. The judge ultimately decided a 6-year sentence was fair, giving Burfoot credit for his work in the community and the Broad Creek Public Housing Project. Burfoot says he will continue to fight to clear his name.
But I was not going to plead to something that I did not do. And when I started this process, I understood there was a possibility that I could do 100 years in prison. But I could do 100 years standing on my faith and my truth.
And Burfoot has to turn himself into the U.S. Marshals this Wednesday by 2 p.m. As part of his sentence, he'll also have to pay back $250,000 to the government. His attorney said today that this really wasn't an ideal sentence, of course, not exactly what they asked for. They asked for 2 years, but he did say that he believed it was a fair one.
Okay, yeah, 6 years, a lot less than the 17 that the prosecutors wanted.
Absolutely. And he was facing close to 2 decades in prison. But the judge said today, and the prosecutor said that they wanted this to send a message to other elected officials. But the judge said it's really not the length of the sentence, it's the certainty of punishment. So I think that's the message that the judge wanted to get across today.
Okay, yeah.
Thanks,
Good work.
Marcella.
Thanks.